Today's match is brought to you by AE Engine, AmericanEagle.com, Bag Tags, Bubba Burger, Cliff Kids, Dick's Sporting Goods, Expand a Brand, Nesquik, Fusionetics, MLS, Nike Soccer, Positive Coaching Alliance, Premier International Tours, Soccer Shots, Sun-Made Raisins, Target, Turbo Sports Group, United Soccer Coaches, Wilson Trophy Company, and Yokohama.
It was 1935, the year that Elvis and Sandy Koufax were born. It was a year of many firsts, including the first NFL draft, the first Monopoly board game went on sale, Social Security began, and Babe Ruth hit his last home run. In addition to these milestones, the National Junior Challenge Cup was founded in 1935, offering a youth competition for young men in the United States. The cup was later named the James P. McGuire Cup, after the late U.S. soccer president, who himself was quite a standout in his earlier days, winning the U.S. Open Cup in 1929. McGuire would lead U.S. soccer and earn an international reputation as an excellent leader.
The Jim McGuire Cup was started in 1935. It was the only cup that the United States Soccer Federation had for youth players. And it was a very good competition, and I can tell you, I mean, this was the highlight of my soccer career, to be a champion in 1954.
This storied cup, now the oldest trophy in youth sport.
It has a history, it has a meaning, I think it has tradition. So I think it's extremely important for our competitions, for all the age groups, that kind of emulate the McGuire Cup.
Winning the McGuire Cup is huge, just because all that history that comes along with the oldest trophy in youth sports period, that's really big for us.
Who will write their name in the next chapter of the storied McGuire Cup?
said last year. It's gone. Ancient history. It's time to forget about failure and how you came up short, how you missed the mark. Yeah, it's time to forget about the man you should have marked, the run you should have made. Remember that shot you should have taken? Time to let it all go. Forget about it. It's time to go to work. It's time.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Frisco, Texas, site of the 2018 U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships, brought to you by Turbo Sports Group. I'm Todd Panula, and I'm here to bring you all of this morning's exciting action in the group stages of the U15 boys between FC United and Las Vegas Soccer Academy. FC United hails from Glenview, and they are coached by Craig Blazer, and they are countered by Las Vegas, who is obviously from Las Vegas and headed up by Manelo Miranda. They're going to be wearing the black kits with the white numbers, countered by the all-whites of FC United. FC United going to be heading left to right and right to left for Las Vegas. Under control with Ziprich. As FC United look to set things up here in the early going. 9 a.m. kickoff, local time. We hope you're enjoying this tournament regardless of where you're watching from. Had an interesting matchup in the other group in this same age bracket in our early morning game between Energy FC out of Oklahoma City and GPS New York. It was a slightly mundane first half as we get right into the action here for Las Vegas, and they score right off the bat. Coming in on the right-hand side and then tucking it past the goalkeeper into the side netting on the opposite side, and an early goal for Las Vegas. So an early goal for Vegas in the first minute of play. That's quite the departure from the last game that we had, as you see right here, just sliding that one past the goalkeeper. Not too much of a chance there to make a save on that one. So now FC United, they have the entire game to do it, but they're behind the 8 ball a little bit, and it'll be difficult for them to get out. So Vegas in control of this one, both in the possession right now and on the scoreboard. Coming back to pick it up is Argueros. Back now for Muskowitz. Sun getting a little bit warmer in now. We had a lot more wind in yesterday's games, which definitely cut through the heat a little bit. It's much more of a stagnant feel right now. Humidity climbing up as well a little bit. They're expected to be in triple digits throughout this tournament. Yesterday was probably one of the nicer days that we're supposed to have here in Frisco. Vegas once again in control. Yamachika over now for Servent. Servent bringing it up all the way towards the end line. Sees it go out. Good pressure there defensively to watch that one roll out and then ultimately play it back off Servent to gain the goal kick. They go short with it. First minute goal for Bravo. The difference right now. That one goes hard off the foot of Gomez. The other direction now for Ziprich. All the way up the line. Sullivan trying to chase it down. Guarding him closely was DeLeon. Rojas. Pass goes short, picked up by Miranda, filtered on through, and now it's with Vega. Rojas, looking long, trying to go for Bravo. Stepped into by the defender. Sullivan, trying to go the other way for FC United. Instead, Vegas regains. Rojas, all the way back. Yamachika. Servent and Miranda. Space available on the far side, but it was quickly closed down. FC United trying to find a counter-attacking opportunity. They did a good job before that goal was scored of controlling the ball overall, but now they seem to be scrambling a little bit. A solid run up here on the near sideline. Miranda almost got to it. Finally does on a second attempt. Kearney trying to step into that one. Ultimately goes out for the throw, and it will be with Vegas. Put back into play by Bond. Turner. Kearney. Long foot up the near sideline. Norhead. Can't quite get to it. Vegas ahead of this one on a first-minute goal by Bravo. Argueros sees that one roll into touch. And again, the first 30, 40 seconds were really good for FC United, but they seem to be pushed back onto their heels after allowing that goal. A little discombobulated. Can't get anything strung together in terms of passes or possession. Credit goes to Vegas for a lot of that. They're putting on a lot of pressure. Vegas here at this national championship tournament via the National League Blue. They were the champion of that league. Too far out of the reach of Vega. Back the other way, but right back into possession for Vegas. Trying to slide one up the middle. Gomez spins away from the defender, cuts it back out of the left foot. That one was slicing right towards that back post, but it had just enough spin on it to carry it away. See here, good opportunity, putting on the brakes back towards that left foot, faking out the cameraman just a tiny bit, and ultimately a good yard or so wide, but only because it had a little bit of curl on it. If that ball is straight right off the shoelaces, that one's probably going to go in, and I think Bond might not have been able to make the save. It would have been interesting had it been on target, whether the goalkeeper could have gotten a paw to that one or not. FC United once again forced to build from the back. Space in the midfield, very hard to come by right now for the team in white. Trying to go over the top. That one's too tall. Bernstein not able to catch up to it. Now on from Miranda. Near wing for Savent. Made him. Turner. Kearney. Thompson. Coach Blazer pleased with what he saw from his team there. And therein lies the big differences between what coaches see and what fans and even just commentators sometimes see, because as bystanders, we sometimes get frustrated with the lack of push forward. But oftentimes that's playing into what a team wants. They want to be able to string passes together. They want to try to find space and make the defense use up energy by tracking the ball down. So Coach Blazer was pleased with what he saw with the amount of passes that they were able to string together. But once again, that ball up the field is not yet clicked yet for FC United. Sliding challenge takes out the player, not the ball. Gomez didn't think that he had gotten any of the player. And I think that's one of those where I don't think there was really much contact made, but the mere fact that the leg was high enough to cause the player to go up in the air to avoid contact is enough to draw the foul. Laid up towards the edge of the 18, was intending that one to go to Ziprich, but it didn't get all the way through. Now Servent up the near hand side for Gomez. Gomez looking for some space, back for Servent. Looking for the cross. Dealt with by the defender, but out for the corner. They wanted to go short with the corner, have to go out towards the edge of the box instead, and that's easily dealt with FC United able to clear. Now they try to push numbers forward. Near side, Sivrent will get to it before it reaches the sideline. Counter-attacking opportunity perhaps for FC United. Picking up pace. Bernstein. That one went off the leg of a defender and easily handled now by Sotelo.
I believe someone got them, but I haven't got them at the field yet.
Turner. All the way back. Turner again. Kearney. Made him. Both teams doing a lot of possessing along their back four. Vegas trying to reestablish themselves as they push it up towards the near side corner. Racing onto it, Gomez. Deft touch along the sideline. Miranda poked away. Rojas. Bravo puts it in towards the penalty spot. Defender got there first, otherwise that would have been Miranda's ball. Back out to a dangerous area and a big save by Bond as he was able to dive down and smother that one. Last touch by Vega. Near sideline, Thompson. There's an extra ball out on the field. It belongs to the field 6 in behind us. Mendoza with Turner right on his back. Mendoza sends it back to the center defender. Bravo making the run up the right-hand side, looking for more. He's already got the goal to the end line. Back out in front. They score! Fantastic work by Bravo to set that one up. And then a good finish right in front to push the lead to 2-0 in favor of Vegas. So you see Bravo putting it back out in front, lunging at it. Gomez able to tuck it home with the goal in the 17th minute. So a goal in the first minute, one in the 17th, give Vegas a 2-0 lead. Good patience there, putting it up the sideline. Hard tackle, wins the free kick. As Mendoza was stepped into. Bravo drops it back. De Leon continued it on. Here's Servent going for that back post, spotted well. Wouldn't settle down after a heavy touch by Rojas. De Leon has options towards the box, going for Gomez. Solid lead right now for Vegas. Closing in on 18 minutes played here. FC United's possession has mainly been among their back four, with a few midfielders in the mix. It's been hard to get up to that forward line. A lot of attacking pressure. In hockey, you'd call it a forecheck, being put on by Vegas. Intercepted in the midfield, back the other direction. Counterattack, shot comes in. Went off a defender it out. Mendoza with a solid strike in behind it. They go short with it, intending it for Miranda. Was cleared away. It's going to stay in play, but picking it up is Yamachika. Rojas. Mange to Servent. Bernstein. Avoiding the defenders, left and right. Back over to his left. Pressure coming on from behind. Hoping to be bailed out. Thought he was fouled or at least slowed up. The official having none of it. So as we're in the 20th minute, we're going to have a hydration break, so the teams will come over here to the sideline, get a bit of water, and then carry on after that. It's been all Las Vegas Soccer Academy in this one. Scoring in the very first minute with an early goal, and then once again in the 17th minute, Bravo basically helping out on both of them, scoring on the first, setting up the second, with Gomez getting the last touch on that 17th minute goal. So there's the difference in this one. A lot of soccer be played between now and the final whistle, but right now it looks like Vegas in prime position to claim 3 points in this one and keep pace with the rest of their group. Tried to mention it earlier that the action picked up right as I was recapping the morning game, because that's an under 15 group action as well on the other side, as Energy FC out of Oklahoma City defeated GPS New York by a score of 2-0. But unlike this one, it took quite a while to get that first goal. The first half was a bit of a slogfest, as there wasn't really much action to speak of. Both teams kind of struggled to get themselves awake in that first 40 minutes of play, but once the goal came, then Energy FC really kind of came awake after that one, and Fernando Saldana scored a couple of brilliant strikes, especially his second goal, which was an absolute powerful shot, putting it in the upper 90, cutting it back across the goal, and claiming 3 points for them. Vegas will try to answer, not that they necessarily need to keep track of what Energy FC is doing, since they are in different groups, but the more points you can get each day, the better off you will be by the time you come to the knockout stages. A trio of substitutes trying to check in after the hydration break for FC United. Coming in is going to be Isako Mati, Gabriel Neyman, and also Stefan Milutinovic. Back into play off the throw-in after the break. Taken down in the midfield. Sullivan got the ball but didn't get possession out of it. Here's Miranda. Making the run was Gomez, but didn't get the pass. Instead, they go direct. Vega cuts it towards his right. And his counterpart in Milutinovic came back to pick up the ball. Milutinovic blasts it up, looking for Mati. Bernstein. Taken down, a chance for FC United. And that quickly bent by the wayside. Miranda. Rojas. Bravo. Miranda picking up the pace, puts it up the gut. They continue it on. Servent with the cross into a dangerous area, but nobody there. It goes off the side of the left foot. Rojas couldn't quite get the shoelaces in through it. Turner with pressure coming on. They lob it over the top, trying to get it up to Mati. Bernstein running onto it, tried to switch the point of attack, but it went off the defender again. Player down in the midfield for FC United. Not really sure what could have happened there. Looks like Turner. It's hard to see. Hard to speculate as well. It seems awfully earlier in the contest for it to be cramping, but they do seem to be trying to stretch it out. There has been a call for the trainer to come over, so one would assume that they might try to sub him out, but as of yet, no sub up at half line for FC United. There will be a sub, though, for Las Vegas, as Victor Moran will come into the game. He'll take the place of Jesus Vega. They do end up making a the opportunity for the player to come out, and that was actually Michael Sullivan. So he'll be seen to by the medical professional here on the near side. Hopefully he'll be able to return. And apparently, based on a discussion between the official and Coach Blazer, something must have happened there in the midfield because he expected a yellow card to be handed out. Obviously, the center official not necessarily obliging in that, but seemed to be aware of the contact nevertheless. 28th minute, one goal was scored within the first minute of play. Second goal was scored in the 17th minute. So it's a 2-0 difference. Vegas trying to add a third here. They put it towards that back post. They had a couple players there. It was both Bravo and Mendoza up, challenging for that. So stepping back onto the field is Sullivan, so he seems to have been able to shrug that one off. Suffering no effects. Miranda filtered that one through, but then it was given away. Counterattack here for Bernstein. Back the other way we go. Gomez. Rather ambitious chance, and almost immediately after we finally got some of those extra balls that went down into the lake, they send another one that way. They go short with the goal kick, wanting to keep possession and build from the back. FC United with it. Haven't done much other than possess in the back. Possession in the forward third has been hard to come by, as that one's pilfered away by Yamachika. All the way back for Mange. Bravo. Gets it back for Yamachika. And all the way here to the near side now for Servent. Miranda cuts it away from Sullivan. Pulls it back and then pushes onto the left foot. Gomez. Back for Miranda. Chopped down from behind. No foul. Brought down by Moran. Racing towards the end line. Pulls it back. Put in by Servent towards that back post. Bond comes out, makes the grab. Turner up the left side, trying to work it back into the middle. Mati with a drive. And again, you don't mind the idea there, but with so few chances coming the way of FC United, you have to find a way to build off of that. Coming into the game now is Preston Rincon. He's going to replace, looks like Rojas. They go short with it, which is an interesting decision given the fact that they've done well getting control off the long balls. Headed back the other way by Turner. Here comes Miranda. Gomez making the run. Flag stays down, but the defender cut it off. Moran slows it up down towards the end line. Touched away by the defender. Looks like it might roll out. Does. But it'll be a throw. Quickly back in. Laid off for Rincon. And that didn't end up too far wide. Bond in full stretch. It would have been interesting to see if he would have been able to make that save had it been on target. But nevertheless, another good chance coming the way of Las Vegas, as the chances beginning to mount for the team in black. FC United needing to mount a late charge here. There's about 7.5 minutes left to go here in the first half. Obviously, there will be some stoppage time added on for the water break, as well as the couple times that the official has had to take a break for injured players. Yamachika and now Mange. De Leon cut off as he got into the attacking area. Trying to push up into their own attack is Neyman. FC United, once again, giving it away. It's been hard to string those passes together. They work it very well on the back four, but then the spaces are a little tighter once you get into that attacking third. Miranda, give it away. Here's Mati. Gomez and now Miranda. Moran back for Miranda again. Alvarado. And now De Leon. Bravo. De Leon. Working the ball very well through the midfield. Rincon. Yamachika. Miranda was calling for it as he was checking back. Now the shot from Moran, that's blocked. Leaves it off for Miranda. Trying to put it back out towards the penalty spot. Takes a touch on the way through, but it ended up just wide. Moran keeps it alive. Alvarado to Bravo. De Leon is there as well. Now a chance towards goal. Stopped by Bond. Wouldn't have mattered. Offside. Once again, Vegas take possession very quickly once FC United get it up towards the attacking third. Here's Savent challenging the defender. Moran. Miranda. Takes it towards the end line, finds a bit of space, takes a shot. Chaz Bond perhaps with a little bit of stickum on the gloves there. Is that one right into the palms. Thompson. Sullivan. All the way back for Bond. They'll try to work it up the far hand side. Intercepted at midfield. Just poked away from Miranda. And now here comes Sullivan. Numbers pushing forward in white. They have a man out here on the wing. Instead, they tried to go central. You see how it worked out. Vegas back in control. Alvarado laying one up top for Bravo. Bond was out, but the defender was there as well, and Muskowitz plays it out. Subs about to come in for Las Vegas at the next chance. Sullivan clears with the header. Pumped all the way back up to midfield. Mange. Servent on the near side as they switch. Servent carries it back into the middle. Now Bravo cutting through, but Bond able to pick up the loose change. Mari throws his body into the challenge but doesn't come away with the ball. Miranda, Alvarado, trying to keep it away from Turner. Far side, Bravo. De Leon making the run on past. And the pass never came. Rincon. Servent from the near side. Left footer towards the penalty spot. Headed back the other way. Just slicing across the face of goal, and Bravo doesn't come up with his second goal. The two subs coming in are going to be Eminem Perez and Lorenzo Mejia. Coming out is Gomez and Miranda. Sullivan trying to ward off the defender. Mari with the flick. Mange picks it up. Not too much in the way of pressure from FC United once Vegas control along their back four. Servent. Moran couldn't quite find the touch. 40th minute, so we'll wait and see how much stoppage time they're going to tack on. Yamachika. Two minutes of stoppage time going to be put on the end of this one. As the foul goes against Vegas, it'll be a free kick for FC United. And you have to say, for as physical as this game has been, the teams have done a good job of keeping their tempers in check and keeping the challenges within the framework of the rules. The official hasn't had too much to do in this one. Not too many whistles blown, not too many free kicks given. Most of the stoppages have been due to throw-ins and a couple injuries as well. Servent will take it here on the near wing. Looks to push it upfield, takes it himself. Slides one on through. Left-footed cross, blocked in front. That one out of the reach. Defender couldn't deal with it. Straight away for Rincon, but the shooting lane dried up rather quickly. Left-footed shot from Bravo, and Bond stretches out to his left to make the save. Now we've got another player down for FC United.
Medic on field 5, white team.
Seems to be suffering a little bit with the right leg.
Zach, you got hit with the ball. Right in the sack at Julia. Never mind, you think you just took a ball to the He will come over and assist and then go from there.
So not sure how much natural sound came through the microphone there, but we've ascertained that he basically took the ball to the man region. So that'll add a little bit of extra time onto this one, as we were already in the final minute of stoppage time. So the end of this half could be coming at any moment, as we've already played the full 2 minutes. Obviously, they'll put a little bit of time on to the end of this one due to the injury from Zach Thompson, as that one sails comfortably wide from a Vegas perspective. So they're going to be in no great hurry to put this one back into play, already up 2-0, and looking to just see out the rest of this half. Mange to Rojas. And then Rincon sent it to the near side. It ends up on the foot of Perez. Servent. And now Mejia. Mejia continues it on to Moran. Making the run and receiving the pass is Perez. Defenders closing down. Perez puts it on the right foot, carries it in towards the middle. Lays it off for Alvarado. And another player down for FC United. That looks like TJ Kearney. He gets up rather quickly. Defender dealt with that through ball, and there's the whistle. 40 minutes in the books. 2-0 your score in favor of Las Vegas Soccer Academy. A first-minute goal from Alexis Bravo. 17th minute for Abigail Gomez, and that is the difference. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have your second half of action. Back with more from the 2018 U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships right after this. Today's match is brought to you by AE Engine, AmericanEagle.com, Bag Tags, Bubba Burger, Cliff Kids, Dick's Sporting Goods, Expand a Brand, Nesquik, Fusionetics, MLS, Nike Soccer, Positive Coaching Alliance, Premier International Tours, Soccer Shots, Sun-Made Raisins, Target, Turbo Sports Group, United Soccer Coaches, Wilson Trophy Company, and Yokohama.
It was 1935, the year that Elvis and Sandy Koufax were born. It was a year of many firsts, including the first NFL draft, the first Monopoly board game went on sale, Social Security began, and Babe Ruth hit his last home run. In addition to these milestones, the National Junior Challenge Cup was founded in 1935, offering a youth competition for young men in the United States. The cup was later named the James P. McGuire Cup, after the late U.S. soccer president, who himself was quite a standout in his earlier days, winning the U.S. Open Cup in 1929. McGuire would lead U.S. soccer and earn an international reputation as an excellent leader.
The Jim McGuire Cup was started in 1935. It was the only cup that the United States Soccer Federation had for youth players. And it was a very good competition, and I can tell you, I mean, that was the highlight of my soccer career, to be a champion in 1954.
This storied cup, now the oldest trophy in youth sport.
It has a history, it has a meaning, I think it has tradition. So I think it's extremely important for our competitions, for all the age groups that kind of emulate the Maguire Cup.
Winning the Maguire Cup is huge, just because all that history that comes along with the oldest trophy in youth sports period. That's really big for us.
Who will write their name in the next chapter of the storied Maguire Cup?
Forget last year. It's gone. Ancient history. It's time to forget about failure and how you came up short, how you missed the mark. Yeah, it's time to forget about the man you should have marked, the run you should have made. Remember that shot you should have taken? Time to let it all go. Forget about it. It's time to go to work.
Back underway here in Frisco, Texas. FC United against Las Vegas Soccer Academy, with Vegas having a 2-0 lead at the break. We have started the second half. Vegas had control of it, and now they regain as they push it up the left-hand side, trying to go through the middle, intending that one for Moran. But FC United now with about 40 minutes to try to climb themselves back into this game. So plenty of time left for the team out of Glenview to try to get something out of this contest, but it's going to take a lot more than they were able to produce in that first half, which is not to say that they weren't trying. You have to give a lot of credit to Vegas. They used up a lot of energy, not necessarily saying that in a negative way, but just the pressure that they were able to put on throughout that 40 minutes was quite impressive, not allowing any kind of space really anywhere other than when they were passing around the back four for FC United. Trying to slice into the middle is Avila. Back the other direction it goes. Rincon lets it go on through to Mange, and then it's on back for Yamachika. On through the midfield, Alvarado sends it left. Yamachika spun around by Mejia. And now Vegas pushing forward. Green in front, quickly put in by Mogollon. And it ends up comfortably in the hands of the goalkeeper. Mejia. Deftly touched by Mogollon. Mejia again. Yamachika. Moran sizes it up. Comes here to the near wing. Avila. Looking for a return pass as he set it on. Instead, it's going the other direction. Poked away by Rincon as he was able to pilfer that one from Gabriel Neyman. Argueros. Mati. Mejia now for Vegas. Steps around the defender. That draws some ooze from the bench of Vegas as they work it in towards the 18-yard box. Rincon. Near side now, Avila. A lot of white in front. That'll go into touch. Throw in for Vegas. Neyman. Milutinovic. Give it over the far side. Looking up for Neyman, but he came from an offside position. Rincon. Moran. Near side for Avila. As he swaps places with Mogollon. Mogollon on the ball now. Avila and back. Finally cut out by the defender. Alvarado. Going down the other way. Ziprich slowed up. Gets the free kick. Mati, as they come right in front of our broadcast position. Looking for the return pass. Mati had to slow up to pick it up. Norhead. Turner. Swaps it to the far side. Ziprich. Dispossessed. And ends up giving it up for a throw. Mange lobs one up towards the forward line. Awkwardly off the head of Madum. And they give it up. Mogollon gave it back to Alvarado, who served it up. Turner. Far wing. Moskowitz. Now Madi. Rincon for Vegas. Pumps the brakes. Alvarado through the middle. Mejia shrugging off the challenges. Trying to keep it in, stealing it from behind though was Avila. Taking it right back was Agueros. Yamachika. Mejia. Mejia gets it back, trying to serve it left-hand side into the box. Cleared away, at least for the moment, by Kearney. That one goes off the corner flag. But out for the throw. So FC United find themselves down by 2, still trying to build from the back though. They're not willing to change their game plan yet. Although as I say that, they send a long ball up towards the forward line. Unsuccessfully coming down with it though. With a defender right on his back was Gabe Naiman. Trying to get something going here on the left-hand side. A free kick coming up for FC United. Perhaps their best chance, definitely, of this half. Perhaps for the game coming up. 50th minute of play. Going towards the back post. Goalkeeper was right there, punched away by Sotelo. Didn't know too much about it, but he got just enough to keep it away. Trying to build it up again, Argueros. Put back up towards the top. A collision knocked it away from Norhead. Space now for Mogollon. Going towards the post. Didn't have quite enough on it to be across. It was too straight. to be a shot. It's kind of in between decisions there. But nevertheless, a good opportunity created. Trying to lob one over the top. Didn't get enough on it to get it to Naaman. Back the other way for Vegas. Rincon. Held up by Moran. Now some pace towards the box. Cleared away. Kearney stepping in front. Naaman trying to find his own counter. Nobody up to help. He's looking for some support. Switching the point of attack, trying to find a little bit of space over on the far side. Turner. Thompson kept making the run, hoping for a return pass, but it never came. Filtered all the way to the near side for Mahdi. Ziprich has to go all the way back. Just underneath the foot of Argyros. On the counter, Alvarado. Building up through the middle. Coming back to clean it up was Norhead. Ziprich with the defender right in his back pocket. Turns on the jets, avoids the collision of the ankles. But once again, just too many black jerseys in front. Mejia almost had it stolen away. Very difficult to dispossess him. Yamachika laid it back. Mange. Yamachika again. Vegas very content just to find possession when they can get it. They're more than willing to push forward if you give them an opportunity, like right now with Avila coming up the near wing. But with a 2-goal lead, they don't have to push forward in the same manner that FC United does. And get a foul. It's going to go against Vegas, so the free kick will come out. Pushed up the field by Mahdi. Mange able to wall off the attacker. Yamachika and now Rincon. Mejia was calling for it. Instead, they come near side to Avila. Mogollon making the run. Go direct instead to Moran. The goalkeeper comes out and makes the grab. 2-0 your score. A first-minute goal by Alexis Bravo, countered by a 17th-minute goal by Abigail Gomez, both for Vegas. FC United looking for something, a bit of hope to cling on to in this one, because right now Vegas is starting to put the clamps on. '55th minute. Some collisions going on in the midfield. Seemed like it was mostly incidental, but the referee going to have a word with Tommy Ziprich. So perhaps he saw something in behind it, had a different vantage point than we do here. So it could have been hands on the back. Yamachika pushed outside. Rincon now. All the way back for Yamachika. Rincon. Defender in front. Mejia. Mange. Rincon laid it back. There will be a substitute here in a few moments. The next opportune time coming in for Vegas. Player goes down for Vegas. You see him down on the ground. That's Victor Moran. Was hoping that he would get himself a call. The referee goes over to check on him now. Rincon builds from the back. Moran pushed it off to the side. Mejia wanted it. Instead, once again, they come to Avila. Avila trying to swap with Mejia. Avila takes a shot. It got all the way through, and a good save. Seeing it late, but getting some fingertips to it. Coach Miranda wanting his players to follow that one in. That would have been a good opportunity. But you see it here, coming off the left foot, sneaking through the defenders. So the goalkeeper saw it late, but did a good job of keeping the feet underneath him, wait until the last moment to dive down and make the save. And then the rebound was there, but ultimately nobody for Vegas to claim it. Mejia taken down from behind. FC United didn't think it was a foul, but the referee thought that Nicolas Argueros got a bit too much of the player. So with the stoppage, we're just going to take the water break now, despite the fact that we're not quite halfway done with this half. 59th minute, though, so close enough. 2-0 is your score. Las Vegas have climbed this one right from the start, looking to put their stamp on this one right to the end. They have a 2-goal lead, as we've mentioned throughout the broadcast. Bravo with the initial goal all the way in the first minute, and then tacking on the extra one was Abigail Gomez, as he was able to just touch in the service from Bravo. So he's had a hand to play, or a foot to play, if you will, on both of the goals in this game. Vegas will rejoin the field first. FC United getting a bit more instruction from Coach Blazer, trying to see if they can find their way back into this one. Time ticking away. Vegas have controlled it start to finish in the first half and have not relinquished any of that hold here in the second. Mendoza laid it back. Looking for Mendoza instead. Mejia cut off the pass. They slide it on through. Offside flag is up. Despite the offside, the staff for Vegas happy with the run there by Eminem Perez. United trying to build it up. Mari allowed the pressure to come to him. Turner to Mari through the midfield. And now up onto the attack. Touched over to the defender. Ziprich. All the way back to the keeper. Dangerous here. Sotelo able to clear it away. Ziprich can't bring it down under control. Body thrown in there. Referee doesn't play the advantage, so I don't believe he would have called a foul, even though there was a solid collision after the ball was gone. Looking up top for Neyman. Once again, they look for Neyman, but too far. Mange, Rincon, Mendoza, Avila. Energy starting to sap out of FC United right now, and it's starting to become more of a training exercise for Vegas. FC just needs that one goal, perhaps, to give them a little bit of a spark. Made him. Up to Turner. Back to the goalkeeper. Sub going to check in for Vegas. We'll see the return of Jesus Vega. Too far for Moran, but intercepted. Brought back towards the attack by Mendoza. Hands it off to Perez. Moran with pressure coming from behind. Now Perez! Decent drive, keeping it low along the ground. Those are often difficult to handle for the goalkeeper. But he was able to range out to his right and make the save. Just out of the reach of Mendoza. Mejia pushing up on the attack again. This time it's Yamachika. All the way back for Mange. Trying the right side. Avila. Mogollon was calling for it. The passing lane wasn't quite there. Mange lobs one up for Mogollon. He'll let it run on. Instead taken by Moran. Laid back for Avila. Defender dealt with it. Not all that cleanly, but it did the job. Argueros. Up to Ziprich. Cuts around the defender. Numbers finally pushing forward in white. Ziprich around one defender, and the tug. That will draw a yellow card for Mange. So a yellow card in the 65th minute will give FC United a good chance to put this one in on goal. They call that a somewhat professional foul. As we see Vega come back into the game. Also checking in for United is Bernstein and Sullivan. Vegas hoping to make a couple more changes as Mejia and Rincon will come out of the game. Back in will be Rojas and Miranda. So you see Miranda coming back into the game. Hasn't figured into the scoring, but definitely put his stamp on this game early in the first half before he was subbed. He was the person, I should say, that the team was looking to put the ball through almost every time onto the attack. Sullivan will go short with it. Seems a bit of a wasted chance. Perhaps it was a drawn-up play. They will get a corner kick out of it, as that was awkwardly played up and out, and it looks like the Lake will claim another one. So with chances dwindling for FC United, they need to make something of this. They do not, at least yet. Vegas able to clear it out. Throwing the body in was Vega. Got right into the back of Norhad. Sullivan to Ziprich. Looking for space. Kind of a wild stab at that shot. An easy claim there for Sotelo. Couple more subs going to come in now for Vegas. We'll see if they allow them before the kick is taken. Short on the goal kick. Stepping in with pressure, Milutinovic. Yamachika and Almange. He was the one given that yellow card in the 65th minute. Rojas. Shoving and pushing going on. Mendoza comes away with it and ultimately draws the free kick. Ziprich a little bit frustrated with the call, perhaps not necessarily the call itself, but the fact that he feels like the same has not been given to his team. But overall, the officials have done a very good job in this tournament so far, at least on this field. Had several different officiating crews, and they've all managed to keep each game under control. This one comes loose. Goalkeeper clears it away. Mendoza able to win it, but couldn't hold on to it. Avila with the header. As Ziprich was right there to take it away if he missed. Neyman for Ziprich. Got a bit of a push from behind. Eyes up the referee, but no whistle will come forth. Here's Miranda. Putting it back on the left foot, but it accurately went off the side of his boot and back the other direction. Ziprich trying to push it around his number counterparts in Rojas. Ziprich cuts it back, looking for aid. Numbers finally pushing forward in white, but there's a lot of gaps in between the forwards and the midfielders. Looking back for Ziprich, and that pass went awry. Counterattack could be on for Vega. Very strong on the ball, hard to dispossess. But the foul goes against Vega, so it'll give a free kick to FC United. So Servent and Perez will come out. Back into the game is De Leon and Gomez. Into the box from the penalty spot. Headed down. Couldn't be controlled as it came over here towards the left. Naaman was the last one to get a touch on it for FC United. Back the other way, Vegas. Vega avoids the pull. Into the box for Mendoza. Back heel. Left-footed shot. It just cut too far underneath that one. Gomez was going for his second of the game. That shows you how quickly Vegas can counter as they go the full length of the field and generate a good scoring opportunity. But just that final strike towards goal wasn't quite what Gomez would have liked. You see the buildup. They got the ball into an advantageous position, but once again, that shot from Gomez wasn't quite what he would have liked. I think he thought he had a little bit less time than there actually was. And it ended up scooping off that left foot instead of being driven off the shoes. FC United trying to hold on to vain hope here. This time is betraying them. Up the near hand side. The Vegas bench telling their defenders to just keep them in front, don't dive. They did a good job of that. Ziprich for FC United. Going to take a low shot himself. It didn't miss by much. First chance for FC United to really, truly test Jason Sotelo. He's had the ball in his hands a couple times within this game, but nothing that a goalkeeper would really feel was a true save. He'll have been credited with one or two throughout this game, but hasn't been troubled a whole lot. And as that one went wide, it got his adrenaline running just a little bit, you have to figure. So Heyman puts it out of bounds. He's had a solid second half in goal, replacing Bond. Off the chest of Mendoza. Rojas comes here to the near side. Avila in towards the box, trying to get it for Mendoza. Defenders dealing with it at least initially. Brought down by Miranda, puts it on the right foot. Little push pass. Finds Mendoza back across goal. Now the one-time drive, it took a deflection and off the crossbar. Vega thought he had a goal, probably should have, but it just came awkwardly off his foot. Couldn't quite get on top of that one. And instead of 3-0, we'll have the ball out of bounds. You see right there, he just couldn't quite fully get through that one with power. It just rolled on his foot just enough to lift it up into the air and off the crossbar. Rojas puts it back into the attack. Trying to chase it is Gomez. Out for a corner. FC United able to clear it at least momentarily, and that one goes out of play. Back and forth like ping pong, except off the head. Here's Miranda. He wanted to take the shot, felt the defender on his back. Mogollon in the 18. Vegas thought it went out for a corner. Instead, it'll be a goal kick. '77th minute. There's been enough going on in this one. You figure we'll have at least a couple more minutes of stoppage time added on. Here's Vega again, looking for his goal. And once again, just a bit off the mark. Vega had a good long break. He started the game, came out about halfway through the first half, right around when they had the water break. Didn't return until just in the last few minutes of this second half, but he has really had a good impact on this one since then. Pressure put on, good passing around it. Norhad to Sullivan, on through. Last touch by FC United as they keep on pushing towards the far side. Milutinovic tried to serve it back, but it wasn't quite on. Norhad pushing up the left-hand side. Plays it right into the defender. Miranda right on him, picks his pocket, and then it comes loose. Avila to Rojas. On through, looking for Vega. And that one's just booted out. Slipping over on the far wing. Still getting the pass over to Miranda. Rojas. A run and a good one up the left-hand side. Gomez denied by the sliding challenge of Kearney. Miranda keeps it in, but Kearney steps away and clears it. Ziprich begging for the ball. In the middle is Naaman. But once again, just too many defenders around him for him to cleanly get it. Mendoza. Three minutes of added time on the end of this half. Haven't quite played the full 40. But at this point, if you're FC United, if you see an opportunity to push forward, obviously you take it. But you have to take goal differential into account as well. Because if you're down 3 goals, it doesn't sound like much more than 2. Mathematically, obviously it isn't, but when it comes to goal differential, that can have a huge impact. Argueros. Again, just a bit too much adrenaline pumping there as he tried to send it up the far wing. Yamachika Back to Sotelo, who hasn't been tested too much today, but looking like he's going to keep the clean sheet. Intercepted by Rojas, but a foul beforehand. They go short with it. Ziprich lobs it up towards the box. And again, it seems like you could have done the same thing with the free kick. But perhaps coming from a more central position, but now this is leading to a counter. Gomez trying to catch the keeper out, but Heyman able to pick that one up. We're in our second minute of a possible 3. Sullivan couldn't keep that one under control. Here's Vega. He's determined to get that goal after missing on the volley attempt. It sends this one out ultimately quite wide. Another good shot, but a long one. Heyman able to get himself in behind. Kearney flicks it along, looking for Ziprich. Ziprich with another opportunity. Doesn't look like he'll get to it this time either. Just too many Vegas players. That's been the story of this contest. As Vegas has just managed to swarm around everything for FC United. They've created and pushed forward when they had the opportunities, but a lot of energy has been expended here today for this Las Vegas Soccer Academy squad in putting on pressure of their opponent. Norhead back for Ziprich, laid back for Argyros, and now Milutinovic. Sullivan, Norhead. There's the final whistle, 3 points to Vegas. They claim all 3, and they pretty much dominated start to finish, scoring in the very first minute of play with a goal for Alexis Bravo, and they never let their foot off the gas. Abigail Gomez got the insurance goal in the 17th minute. We went the rest of the way scoreless as Jason Sotelo keeps the clean sheet for Vegas as his team moves higher up in the standings. That'll do it for our broadcast here of this group match in the 15 and under boys action. We hope you enjoyed today's contest. For everybody here at Turbo Sports Group, I'm Todd Panula. Have a good day.